Through trials and tribulations, you have prevailed. The spirit is unbreakable, never derailed. With a rich heritage and culture and grace, Liberia, you are the land we embrace.
You are welcome to the Bottom Line Liberia.
We're going to come back. We're going to take a musical break to start the show. I'm sorry I was muted. Nobody was hearing what I was saying because I got some noise in the background. Sorry for that. But I was saying that this is a special edition of the Bottom Line Liberia Discussions. This program brings to you activities from Liberia and around the world. Tonight, my colleagues Francis Mensah, Paul Chiruple, Jima Kamara, along with Mr. Maurice Dolly, are not going to be on the show. I'm going to be the lone host here. And the reason is because we have a special edition where we'll be hosting members of the Union of Liberian Associations in Norway, ULAN for short. But we're going to take a musical break, and when we get back, while we are doing a musical break, to make sure that we can log on most of our participants, because some of them are finding it difficult to log on. So we'll take that musical break to enable us to be able to help them to log on. So just stay around. Don't go away. This is the Bottom Line Liberia Discussions. My name is Leo Fagua, and together we'll be having a wonderful time. Okay. But let me say welcome. We'll go back. We're having some little technical issues here, and we trying to sort them out. Normally it's not easy to do these things. The technical part is a little bit difficult, especially when you are alone doing it. So we're going to take that musical break I told you about, and then while we are there, we'll be sorting out with our guys. I see a few of them in the background. I see Arvin Kofa is here already. Jay is here. One presidential candidate and one financial secretary candidate is here. And so the rest of them are trying to log on. I can see them doing some things. But guys, the first thing I'll do is I want you guys to be in the back. I know you hear me well. I want you to be in the back here. Be patient. We got enough time on our hands. Be patient. What I'll do is I'm going to post the link to watch, not to log on. The link to watch, I'm going to put it in ULAN box, so you can go there and watch it on ULAN box. All you need to do is just click on it and you'll be able to watch the show from there. If you have YouTube, you will watch it, or if you have Facebook, you can watch it from there. So let me just give me 1 minute, and I'll be playing the music while we are trying to share the show to the rest of the people. So here we go with the music.
Love is all we need to make it see. This is the time to come together. Keep Liberia safe forever. So open up your heart, let the unity begin. Love is all we need to make it stand. Let's cultivate one another. Learn to live together as brothers and sisters. Without togetherness, we won't have a peace of mind. Unify and have a peaceful. Sweet Liberia, land of liberty is our home. Keep it standing. This is the one and only home that we have. Sweet Liberia, this land of liberty is our home. Let us keep it standing. It's the one and only home that we have. Oh, sweet Liberia, love is all we need to make it stand. Unify and have a peaceful home. Change is all we need to make it stand. Let's unify and have a peaceful home. Sweet Liberia, land of liberty is my home. And let us keep it standing. It's the one and only home we have. Say sweet Liberia, this land of liberty is my home. Keep it standing. This is the one and only, the one and only, the one and only. Sweet
Okay, sweet Liberia. That was a special version done by David Botto, and Facebook. We do not have copyrights to this music. We play it because it is a Liberian song, and because we are Liberians, and whatever we're going to do today is going to be all about Liberia, though in the diaspora. So, if you just joined me the first time, this is the Bottom Line Liberia Discussions, where we discuss the issues from top to bottom, leaving no stone unturned. We discuss them with our biases, but tonight, like I said previously, it's going to be a special edition of the program dedicated to the Union of Liberian Associations in Norway, an umbrella organization for all Liberians living in Norway who have smaller groups. Just before we start the program, I will give you. I got 1, 2, 3 of my guests in the back. We expect the rest of the people to appear. Probably somebody is there again. You gotta forgive me tonight because I'm all at it alone. So, but I guess the guys can hear me. I'll go to them later on. And if you join me on the first time, this is the Bottom Line Liberia. Please share the show. If you are a ULAN member, just go to ULAN page. You'll see I have shared the program, the show there. You click on it, and then you can also share. When you click on it, click on the show itself, it will open, and then you can look for the share button. You know, we always know how to use Facebook. So if you're using YouTube, you can share it on YouTube. If you're using Facebook, you can share it on Facebook. Just make sure you got the regular strong internet, which I know all of us know we have. So to give you a little background about the organization called ULAN, it was founded in 2005. Actually, the idea was born in 2005. And so at that time, the first gathering was in Kongsberg, Norway. And we had a lot of Liberians attending our program, and even non-Liberians. And then the discussion came about. Now that we have called all Liberians together and we have met in huge number like this, what do? Do we just go home to our favorite places and sit down and let nothing happen? And then, we just let it be like that? So say no. We have born this idea and we think it's going to grow. So let's keep it up. And what do? So we have to meet regularly, and that's what we all agreed on. And the following year, 2006, it was held in the northern city of Vatso, almost to the northern tip. From there to Russia is only the water between us. So that program again was a very big success. And so everybody felt that, okay, this organization must stand. And since then, that is from 2005 until now, ULAN has been surviving. Though there has been ups and downs, as you know, when everybody came to this country, it was the time of settlement, resettlement. People were just settling. They have just come from Africa. So a lot of people were not working, a lot of people were not in school. People did not have many family members and stuff like that. So people had little time on their hand. So we used to have huge turnout for every July 26th. And then as time went by, people started, even the children that came, they too started becoming adults. They started going to school, started having children themselves, and most of them are young adults now. So it's been difficult to uphold the organization, compared to what it was from the start, when we used to have this huge turnout. But notwithstanding, ULAN has been surviving compared to other organizations that were competing. So every year is the tradition of ULAN. Every year we have 2 occasions. The first one, which lays the groundwork for the bigger one, is the mini summit. At the mini summit, all ULAN members meet to discuss the idea, what will be happening for the July 26th, which is the biggest occasion. And after the mini summit, plans are made, and then we all head to July 26th, which we are going to be doing in a couple of days from now, or 6 days from now. So, not 6 days, actually, maybe 9 days from now. So, ULAN Constitution states that every 2 years, there must be election for the leadership. So this year, July 26th, will see the election of new corp of officers. But something that we have not done over the years is we have not had any major debate like, the candidates that are running, what are their visions, what do they have to offer ULAN or the Liberian people living in Norway. And so, just sorry, I got interrupted. And so, this year, we are going to start something new. That is, we are going to have a debate for the presidential candidates. And something strange again. This year, we are having 4 candidates running for president or the presidency. In the past, it has not been like that. We've been having like maybe 2 people, maybe I can't remember when it was 3, but it's been like 2 people or sometimes 1 person. I remember the past administration before this one that will be going. I was in office for 12 years. So this time, everybody is getting interested. I think ULAN is gaining momentum again. So we have 4 gentlemen, 3 gentlemen and 1 lady running for the presidency. And for the financial secretary, we have 2 people, a lady and a gentleman. So tonight, we're going to have the opportunity. We as ULAN members and Liberians living in Norway, and also our families living in Liberia, we're all going to have the opportunity to hear from these candidates, these people who want to lead our organization, to tell us what they can offer the Liberians here so that this organization will be sustained. So I will be bringing them on one by one. We bring on Mr. Michael Quet. Do you hear me well?
Very well, sir. Very well. Okay. Thank you.
Great. Mr. Michael Quet is one of the presidential candidates, and he's going to be debating here along with the rest of them. So we bring on the next person, Mr. Alvin Kofa Jr. Mr. Kofa, do you hear me?
Copy very well. Thank you, sir.
Okay, and I do too. Okay, so we have 2, let me see, we have 2 of the presidential candidates here. These are the 2 gentlemen, and 1 more is still to come on, and the lady. So there are 2 more presidential candidates to come on. So let's bring on Mr. Justin Quitty. Mr. Quitty, do you hear me?
I hear you loud and clear, sir.
Yeah, you love more vacationing and relaxed.
Yeah, yeah. I'm actually on a family vacation in Denmark. I mean, we are being committed to ULAN, so we shouldn't forget our families as well. They are the backbone of us giving our commitment and sacrifice to ULAN.
That's great. That's great. That's
yes.
Great. Yeah, but let me say welcome to you, gentlemen. No, none of the ladies are here yet. I'm not sure because the other presidential candidate, Madam Moema Eli Andrews, who is also the acting president. Do we have anything the acting president? Because she's part of the present leadership. She took over from the president after the president stepped aside for personal reason. So she's, can I say she's acting because she didn't go to report to win. So she's just stepping her boss's shoes. But she's also running now to legitimize herself if she will win this election. So let me say welcome to you, gentlemen. This is the Bottom Line Liberia Discussions. Here we discuss the issues directly to the point with respect, because I respect my guests, and I think my guests should also respect me and respect our listeners. So I will all of us have some noise in the background. Usually, I got some noise in my background. So what I will do is I will advise that if you are not talking, just mute yourself so that you can see. You just click on your microphone sound down there from the left hand side, the very first thing that I microphone, you just click on it with mute. When it's your turn, if you mute yourself, you still hear me. So when it is your turn to talk, then you can switch it on again. I too always have these disruptions. Yes, so what happened now? So let me say welcome to you. You discuss the issues with no fear, discuss the issues with fight. And while we stay awake, our other people to come and debate, let me see if I can recognize some people who are turning in. All you do is you can click on the like button, you can leave your comment. If you are in the comment section, now one of the things that people been asking me, okay, Precious Kofa, she's watching, but I don't know why she's not on. She's supposed to. Oh no, it's the other one. That is supposed the other co-founder. There are two co-founders here. Alvin co-founder, lady co-founder.
No, she's not a co-founder. She's Salif.
Oh, Salif. Okay.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking way back. So then we have Kula Emanuela Foster here. My colleague Paul the Lord Chiliple is watching. Precious Lilia Kufa is watching. Afro Yonte, my good old pastor is also watching. So those of you who are watching, just do a favor. Share the show to your own contacts. If you get 1,000 people, share it to all of them. Maybe 10 of them will watch. Because it's very important. Tonight we're going to be talking about ULAN and its people. So, and also Francis Dennis Molva is watching as well. You can leave your comment. One of the things, like I was saying, people have been asking is, can we ask the people question, the candidates question? Sure, you can ask. In fact, if you can ask through the comment board or the chat board, I will put my telephone number up. You can call later on and ask. You can call and be heard by the candidates because most of them might not be able to read what you write. Yeah, so if you want to ask, just we'll have that time where we will put the telephone number up and you can ask. But gentlemen, ladies and gentlemen, or no lady here. But before we go further, there are rules that we have to abide by. So I will try my possible best to see if I can read some of the rules that will be guiding us in this process tonight. You know, everything we do on earth, there must be rules. If no law and order, then we'll have chaos. So we're going to be reading rules. And the rules are strictly binding on those of you who will be participating in a debate. So we try to find that grand rule is like the law of the debate, okay? And it's not me who wrote this rule. It is the Elections Commission who wrote this rule. So you should know the source where it's coming from. I will go by what they have told me to do. So I see one person is trying to log on. Bear with us. This is what we'll be doing tonight. We'll be talking a lot. It's a talking show. So if you want to hear us talking, then you have to be here. If you don't want to hear us talking, then I'm sorry, because this is what we do here. We talk. And guess, just be patient. You'll do the talking. I will just be listening to you. But let me do my part. And then when your time comes, then you can do your own too. Let me see if I can see these rules. Okay. Okay. Here it says, rule number one. Rule number one. Let me see. Okay. Rule number one say every candidate for the entire all of you, if 4 of the presidential candidates come, you are going to be the first. You are the first to do your debate. So for all of you, all 4 of you, if all of you will come, you have 1.5 hours. 1.5 hours to do your debate. So within that 1.5 hours, we're going to allocate time to you. If we ask you a question, we give you time, which is maximum 2 minutes. Maximum, it will be 1.5 minutes, but maximum 2 minutes, depending how well we'll flow. And then after the maximum 2 minutes, I will call you to attention that your time is up, and then you can stop. Then we ask the next participant. But what happens if you have any point of clarification, all you do when the next person is done talking, then you say what you have to say. So do not interrupt each other, like, you be talking over each other for us. No, that in that way we'll not be able to understand each other. So that rule number one is you have 1.5 hours, all of you, full presidential candidates, not the financial people. And then for the 1.5 hours, you'll be allocated time, which is about 1.5 minutes to 2 minutes maximum. And when you finish talking, then the next person if while your friend is talking, you are also allowed to take notes. If the person says something that you want to counter, you can ask, or you can ask for a point of correction or something that you want to say. Then the next one is rule number 2 is be civil. Be civil, meaning be very polite, no insults, no, don't throw bad jokes at your friend because somehow don't let you. Okay. So, and we're not trying to put straight jacket on you and make you tie down, but we just want to, have some, rules. That's it. So be civil. I know all of us here are civilized, so we'll be civil. Then rule number 3, only answer question when it is your turn. I said it before. If I'm talking or John Brown talking, do not start talking what John Brown for us. No, then you will not be able to understand what John Brown is trying to say, and he might not understand you too. So rule number 4, don't interrupt, which is the same thing they're repeating. When your opponent is speaking, do not interrupt. Number 5, all candidates should be logged in 3 minutes before time that we pass that stage. That means all of you, most of you are logged on, so we are abiding by the rule anyway. For those of the people just logging on, I want to say welcome to you. And the next rule, number 6, says viewers' question time will be about 20 minutes. So we're going to give 20 minutes allocated to our viewers. And 2 things you can do, viewers. You can either call directly and talk and ask your question, or if you got a comment to make it, or you can put it in the chat box. Then if we capture it, we'll put it on the screen for everybody to see, for the candidates to see. And number 7, that is one interesting. It said candidates who break the rules, any of these rules that I'm saying, will be fined with the amount between 200 to 400 kroner by the moderator, which is me, depending on the gravity. This amount must be paid to ULAN before consideration to continue. So if you interrupt, if you break any of the rules and you are unbearable, we'll fine you. But after the election commission was saying, when I pay the money, you want to pay it to me. They say they will pay it to ULAN. Okay, no problem. So rule number 8, we move on. Financial Secretary group will be the second group after the presidential candidates. So, and your time will be roughly 45 minutes to 1 hour maximum. And so, because you are not plenty, you are only 2. You are supposed to be 2 if the 2 of you come. So, your 1 hour, you can maximize it. You can use it to the best of your ability. And the same rules above applies to you as well. So, that's it for right now. And I believe everybody is, not everybody, but we should have 6 candidates. So we have Jay, your camera is not working. I don't know for some reason, but we have Madam Salih, which is so far the only let me see. Okay, yeah, Jay. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it's only 1 person missing. The 2 financial secretary candidates are here, and 3 of the presidential candidates are here. 1 person is missing, and that 1 person sent in an excuse that said she's at work, she will not be able to talk. So she says she will be making arrangement with the Elections Commission to see if she can have her own question and answer time at different points, but I don't know how she's going to do that. Okay, and secondly, another something by way of information. Yeah, Jeremy, I can see Jeremy. I can see Jeremy. You say I should bring you on. I'm not seeing you, Jeremy. So if you log off and come back on again, maybe I will see. I'll pick you up. Okay, I see you, Jeremy. I see you. Okay, so we have 3 of the candidates for the presidency. Only 1 is missing, the lady, and so we have 5 people here. 5 people here, correct. 1 person out, and that person got a valid reason. Okay, and I think you guys are acquainted with this StreamYard stuff. If you look at the screen on your right hand side, you see some dots way down there. You see a chat, a private chat. There, if you want to say anything to me or between us, want to communicate, we can put it there. Do not put. If you want to talk to me, you want to talk to any of your friends, you can put it there. There are 2 chat rooms here, 1 up one down. The first one up and the last one down. The first one up for the public, the one down is for us. So I think we got enough education. So let me say welcome to you, Jeremy.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen.
Okay, great. Now, I guess by now we all know I've done a lot of talking for almost 20 minutes or so. I've done a lot of talking. But I guess a lot of us, every one of us here know why we are here. So I read the rules and we all heard the rules. We want to abide by it as much as possible. And don't forget, those of you here also, you the candidates, you can share the show to your contact. We should have up to 80 people here now. We should have more people. Share the show. Share the show. So let me start by asking each of you to introduce yourselves. Just tell us who you are. No sensitive information. If you want to bring you can add your educational background. Is good. If you want to add your status as the marital status, is good. But if you choose me, we don't want to hear that one. So we don't want personal sensitive information, but the social ones we want to hear it. So let me start with the ladies. See, it's good to always have women. They say ladies first. So, Madam Salif, please tell us about yourself. Who is Madam Salif?
Okay, good evening, everyone, and I'm so happy to be on this beautiful occasion with my brothers. My name is Lucia Ann Salif, residing in Norway. I'm from Liberia. Thank you.
Great. So you are Liberian. Then we go to Mr. J. Justin Quitty. I'm already calling your name, right? So tell us about yourself and what you want the public the viewers to know about you.
Yeah, Mr. Murray, I want to express my thanks and appreciation to you for taking up this initiative to bring us public. Because this means a lot to our community. So my name is J. Justin Jr. Quitty. I live in Norway. I'm a father of 4 children, and I'm a community builder. I'm running for Financial Secretary again for this beautiful organization that I love so dearly. Yeah, and I'm running in line with Mr. Queer, who is on the show as my leader, and he's there. Yes, most definitely the next leader of ULAN. Thanks.
Okay, that's great. Mr. Michael Queer, tell us about you. What you want the photos to know, because the people watching, they will be the photos tomorrow.
Well, I'm Michael Quay. I live in Bergen. I'm a father. I'm a brother. I'm a friend. And I have MBA, that is Master of Business Administration. My major is in project management. And I am a humble servant. I love to give. And I'm a very devout Christian. I'm not religious, I'm more spiritual. So my attitude, speaks for itself when it comes to my faith. So I'm glad to be here amongst my fellow Liberians in Norway. Thank you.
Great. By the way, Arvin Kofa is, if I'm not mistaken, the elderly man here. So, Mr. Arvin Kofa, tell us who you are and what you want our public to know about you.
Thank you very much once more for allowing me to be on your platform. I think today is a great day where Liberians in Norway are going to listen to the very candidates on what they think they can do regarding ULAN and ULAN. I'm Arvin Wallace Kofa Jr. and I live in Tromsø, Norway. Father with 2 kids. And well, that's it. Thank you.
Okay, guys. There is some sound. Do you hear that sound? I don't know, somebody like tapping keyboard or something. Like I said, if you are not talking, you just mute yourself, then we'll have tranquility. Okay, so guys, I think we are about to start the program, but let me again remind us of the time. Each person will have 1.5 minutes to talk. Uh, I, I can decide, depending the time that we have left on our hand, um, to give you 2 minutes. So I want to start with Arvin Kofa. Arvin Kofa, are you a member of ULAN?
Thank you. Yes, I'm a member of ULAN, bona fide member of ULAN.
Okay. How do you see ULAN as an organization?
ULAN have been doing very, very well since it was founded. But at this stage, I see ULAN declining in a lot of areas, mainly regarding to membership or local communes under them. When ULAN was created, ULAN had about 4 to 5 local commune-based organizations under them: Vaxo, Tromso, Kongsberg, Telemark, Drama, and Oslo. But as we speak presently, ULAN has, I think, Tromso, Bergen, and Telemark under them. So ULAN is at present in a stage of declining instead of moving forward. This is how I see ULAN. Thank you.
The same question goes to Jeremy Weber. Jeremy, did you introduce yourself, or did I forget?
No, sir, I didn't.
Oh, okay. No, because
But we used to. It's okay.
Okay, good that you are used to it. But Jeremy, maybe you can combine your introduction with the same question. You can introduce yourself and then follow the same question. Are you a member of ULAN, and how do you see ULAN?
Anyway, my name is Jeremy Wigba. I'm one of the sons of the founding founder of ULAN, and I have 3 kids. I have BSc in logistics and supply chain, and I have a petroleum background. Well, for me, I see ULAN as a community for everybody, and I've always been a member of ULAN, but I haven't been participating fully until the last 3 years or so. And I see ULAN as a place for change, and I see ULAN as a place with a great potential for further improvement. Thank you.
Great. Okay, so but let me just make a quick disclaimer. It was an oversight that escaped Jeremy. And somebody said 2 people. God says 2 people when I introduced. I think it was only Jeremy, but I think Jeremy understood that I did not need to jump over him. Okay. Mr. Kwe.
Yeah.
Are you a member of ULAN? And how do you see ULAN?
Yes, I'm a bona fide member of ULAN, proud member of ULAN. I see ULAN as an organization that has massive potential. It is an organization that has been built with a solid foundation. We come very far, and there are still ways to go. It's like ULAN is like a house where a lot of broken pieces. And I feel that this is the moment in time that we should not lose this great opportunity to make ULAN what it's intended to be, which is the mother organization for all Liberians organizations here in Norway. An organization that represents Liberians both here and outside, an organization that is supposed to unify, which of course ULAN have tried in this endeavor, but we just need some strategic changes and some visionary leadership, action driven, and commitment. With that, I think ULAN can be what we all want it to be.
Okay. Great. So far, so good, gentlemen. the two financial secretaries, like I said, you have your portion at the end of the day. And the reason why we are taking the presidents or the presidential candidates is because they will be where they don't want to be pulling all off. They're putting us in this big wagon and they're pulling us. So if they slip the rope and we are going up the slope, so if they slip the rope, the financial secretary, the secretary, board of director, everybody on our scene, we're going and we're coming down the slope. So that's why we want to know what they can do for us. Now, the next question that I want to put up here is all of you here, the three of you, presidential candidates, talk about you got almost one thing in common that you all love ULAN, okay, and you want to see ULAN to a better place. But one thing that was highlighted, at least by two or three, the three of you, is that ULAN is not to that place where it's supposed to be as the umbrella organization for all groups in Norway, all Liberian groups in Norway. Avin Kofa, starting with you, what do you think you can do to unite ULAN to make it come back to that status or even go above?
Thank you very much. That's a very good question. At present, for the past few months, there were a peace talk committee set up at ULAN and to see how best we could unite the entire community in Norway. And the conclusion of that peace talk committee was that ULAN was the only member that met most of the criteria that we all agree upon to work or to use as a working tools. At present, ULAN haven't been making follow-up. You don't need membership. You don't need to connect or contact his or her members. 2023, there were a lot of Liberians from the Liberian community that partook in the general election in drama. Most of them, they paid their dues. But the question is, have you ever contacted these people? Have you ever made a follow-up? Nothing has been done in that regard, as far as I'm concerned. So if I'm elected as president of ULAN, I'm going to appoint a committee to make a follow-up on every ULAN members who have paid his or her dues. Why you are not coming to meeting? Why you are not participating in the messenger chat rooms to know their concern and then look at it and see how best we can improve or develop on these things. I think with that being said, ULAN will be much more better or be in a much more better situation. But for now, a follow-up, a thorough follow-up have to be made on ULAN membership. We need to know who are all ULAN members. We need to understand the differences between some ULAN members who don't have the chance to come on social media. How can we contact them? How can we get to them? We need to know all of these things. I'll stop here. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Jeremy Weaver.
Yeah, thank you for the questions. First of all, I don't want to dwell in the past. What happened happens. That's not what reason why we're in this race. The race right now is to implement solutions to create great achievement for ULAN, for the general body. And one of the ways of going forward of including people is tackling the grassroots problems. And one of those problems lies with the others, the other people in ULAN. And ULAN is amazing organizations, but on the top, some people will call it elite, other people call it how they want to call it, but on the top, there where the problems lies because we have to tackle this problem because ULAN is in a situation where that some people feel more important than the others. So how we gonna go about that? We gotta involve everybody with a plain sheet, start over it again. We're not gonna do it in the past. What happened happens, but we're gonna start over with a plain sheet, involve everybody. Everybody is important in these organizations, and we have to make sure everybody feels important. And with that spirit, you're gonna draw a lot of people on board with different characteristics. So I think that's the first part when it comes to uniting people, and then we can come up with all the other stuff. Thank you.
Okay, great. Sorry, I had a little glitch. Mr. Michael Quay, the same question to you. When it
Do
comes to
you?
unity in ULAN,
Mhm.
what are your
Yeah.
strategies?
Well, first, let me make this very, very clear. At the heart of this election lies a choice. You know, there are fundamental difference between me and my opponents here, especially Ivan Kofa. I mean, we don't need the same false prophet in politics when it comes to ULAN. ULAN is not a play for a political demagogue or a place to practice politics, for your self-serving goal to go and serve in Liberia. That has been the main problem. A lot of people use Liberian organizations around for their own personal interest. And I mean, my leadership, I have clear goals. I've written them down, well thought through. I'm not just throwing things here and there. I have a vision. The vision, to achieve the vision, has to have some ethical standards. So I have values I have, posted on the ULAN platform. I have a calendar of events. I have also, a desired outcome, evaluation, and a lot of things. ULAN can only go forward with a new vision, not with the dying ideas that people like Kofa them, have used for so many years. He has served in the past. I don't know what new he can come up with. Nothing is written on paper. ULAN is not that important to him. He has more of his, he has a goal, and I think is more of self-serving. I believe there are a lot of things that we need to do. First, the
Okay,
vision.
but Michael, just before
Yeah.
you got 30 seconds more. But I just want to put you on point. We are asking you what are your strategies if you have more than one to unite the people of ULAN, not what somebody is doing. You yourself, you're promoting your own interest. If you leave ULAN good, tomorrow you can become president of Liberia. Anybody here. So once you are in politics, you're promoting your interest. You will not be running for somebody else. So close
Okay.
up on your strategy.
So ULAN needs, which we have, and we are practicing more and more from the last election to now. We need democratic tendencies in ULAN. We need accountability, freedom of speech. We need respect for the Constitution. We need, principles and guidelines. We need servant leadership, cooperation, transparency, and collaboration. Focus on the youth will be, the way for ULAN to achieve its desired goal.
Thank you. Your time is up. So, and I'm sorry that my financial secretary people just sitting there and listening. You can also ask questions. Financial people, you can put your questions in here in the chat box. And those of you watching, I see you making comments. Very good. But we'll come to you to your questions. And like we said, we'll be civil. We don't want to. I mean, nobody has crossed the border yet because I'm just waiting for the first person to find a 200 kroner. In fact, I started from 400 straight. I'm not starting from 200. And that 200 there, when you take, I think I'll take it. Well, let's relax a little bit, guys. I think we are doing well. This is my own platform, so I'm not worrying. Nobody driving us from here. So if you have enough time, we'll have enough time. But we got to sort the ULAN thing here. The next question has to do with cooperation from people, from members of ULAN. Now, and like I heard Jeremy mention at the top there, I don't know where's the top of ULAN and where's the bottom of ULAN, but he said the problem of ULAN lies at the top. So, and this is why we are trying to bring on the youths, because some of us retire now. So the biggest question here is, and I'll start with Jeremy on this one, saying he's the most youthful person here. Jeremy, how can you attract the young people to ULAN to encourage them to take up responsibilities like you want to do? Because the reason I'm asking this question is most time the young people think that, okay, they don't get what to do. They don't want, oh, we let it here. Let the get organize everything and call, we go play football, we dance, then we go home. And so it's been difficult. Like you said, we are being at the top to get the young people attracted. So when they show up, and let me commend you guys. For the past 2-3 years, you've been doing well because you have always come to help them to hold our feet on fire. And out of your group was born the Hebrew boys. So we appreciate you guys. But my question here is, and it will go to all of you too, what specific things you think you can do or ideas you have to try to attract people of your age group to come to ULAN, to become members first, bona fide, meeting attending members, due pay members, and then after that to try to take on responsibility like you're doing.
All right, thank you. First of all, we live in a very modern society right now. So the first question I'm going to ask ourselves is, what can ULAN do for me if I do something for ULAN? And that's the question been for many years. So the first thing is, people want to associate themselves with organizations that they're going to gain benefit from. Nobody want to be part of ULAN because of just football games and whatever, you know. And one of the main problems that I've been facing ULAN and the youth is, it's not that the youth don't want to be part of ULAN, but because of the division within the hierarchy of ULAN, it makes it impossible for the youth to come up with solutions that can better ULAN. And with that being said, that if we want to create value for ULAN, we have to put in incentive that will attract the youth. For example, a lot of youth playing football out here. You got a lot of football shops. ULAN can talk to the shops. They can get discounts. You got a lot of organization out here, that support youth. ULAN can be part of this organization. You have in the sporting community. But at the end of the day, people want to associate themselves with something that they're gonna gain value from. I don't just want to be part of ULAN to go for July 26 and play football game. It doesn't give me no value.
And
I can do
and
that
so what
on
is
my
that
normal
thing?
basis.
And so what is that thing that you think the youth will benefit from that you will do to attract them? That's the question.
Yeah, the answer to that is like incentives. So some of the incentive is very simple, right? You're having a lot of youth, you're having a lot of parents over here, you're having a lot of sporting activities, you're having a lot of sporting clubs. I see a lot of people want their children to play football. You got all of these teams. ULAN can be, for example, a sponsor to a certain team. They can be sponsor, or they can be sponsor, like they can sponsor ULAN. So you have to put in stuff like the youth needs, and I will keep that because I don't want my opponent to copy that and steal it to do it the next time. So I will keep the incentive, and I will elaborate more on it as we go forward. So, but just to tell you the things that people need to associate themselves with organizations that give them value for their time and effort. If we don't do that, nobody want to be part of anything.
Thank you. And you see, politics is not so bush. You can't have anything because the people that you want to vote, you want to vote from, you want to hear. So you can't say because my opponent. So politics, you gotta be brave. If you scare it, you can do politics. People see your ad here, brother. Let me go to Michael Quay. Now, people.
Yeah.
Even somebody in the chat bar is saying that because the elderly people do not want to listen to the youth. But from my own experience, is that the youth are not being regular. But then they say because we don't want to listen to them. So I will be, wait, 100 miles away and you want me listen to you when I'm sitting here. I can't even hear when you talk. You don't hear me. But let me ask you, what are your strategies? What do you think will attract more young people to take on responsibility, to first become bona fide members, strong member that will not draw back at any time, and then to begin to take on responsibilities?
Let me go straight to the point. First, we remove all barriers that keep youth away. I mean, youth, under my administration, I want youth to participate on the executive level. Why on the board level
do you see any barriers right now that
yes,
say, or
yes,
somewhere in the constitution or anywhere that say you stay away?
Yeah, there are barriers
Mhm.
because programs are being made by people that are not youth, and most of the times when youth have responsibility, for example, Jeremy is not a youth, but he's a young man. I remember doing the debate that I organized. I gave Jeremy a responsibility and he executed it very, very, very well. He wanted to, he took ownership of the job. So youth have to come on board and make decisions. There was somebody that told me, give the youth the opportunity to create the July 26. Let them lead the July 26. Let you come in and lead. We are not going to get youth only on ULAN messenger page. You can do masses text messages. You can also go to, for example, Snapchat, where they congregate themselves. Communication has been so minute when it comes to reaching out to youth in ULAN. So we have to step up our games and give them ownership. Once they come, give them ownership to ULAN by letting them to participate, give them responsibility, make them draw programs that will get them to get their colleagues or their friends to get interest in ULAN. But if you are there, from time to time, the same recycling politician and pointing finger to other people,
10 seconds.
Yeah. So, we need youth to come on board and participate. Then they will feel the ownership to ULAN. But as of now, there are a lot of barriers that keep them away. So some of those are in mind.
Avin Kofa, you and I have passed that youth, boundary. So the youth are saying that we, the elderly people, have been blocking them. We have not given them the go ahead. So the question is, you, and now ULAN is taking a new trend. You see, the youth are complaining that we are not giving them the opportunity, and they want to come. They are coming. So you were there with that experience of age and work in ULAN. What can you do? What do you think you will do to be able to? Because see, there's that age gap, right? And probably the level of understanding between your age group and the youth. So what do you think you will be able to do to attract them when it basically seems that you all do not think almost the same way, or you are not on the same thread?
Yeah, thank you very much. A very, very brilliant and good question. First of all, if you want to get the youth involved into ULAN day-to-day activities, you must have a youth coordinator or a youth director. The youth must be motivated. You must motivate somebody before they will be encouraged to come into something. We need to motivate our youths. We have sporting activities. We have musical concerts. We have youth workshops. It's within these very activities, the youth will feel involved into ULAN activities. Organize these activities, not only July 26th or mini summit. The youth must have their own program. Organize a youth program where all ULAN members will go to, and the youth will spare everything. They will be motivated. So the motivation that we need to give to the youth is lacking. So we have to bring the youth back. We have to take them to youth retreat, youth workshops, youth seminar, and integrate them into the system of our country, Liberia. I'll stop here. Thank you.
Okay. The telephone number, I just posted my telephone number. There are two telephone numbers there, one from my friend from the UK, but you can't call that one. So you call my own. I'll repeat it slowly so that people in Norway It's a WhatsApp number. It's a regular number. So you can call it on WhatsApp. You can call it on regular number. But just before we go to the telephone line to give the public the chance, let me ask my two financial secretaries to be. Do any of you have any question for our people? Okay, we take Justin here.
Yeah. Thanks for the opportunity. My question goes to Honorable Kofa. Mr. Kofa, you just spoke about youth coordinator. You understand, to incorporate the youth into ULAN, right? My question to you is that you spoke about ULAN not being, ULAN not going, in a rightful direction for your opening statement. But we have a youth coordinator within this current administration that I am serving as a financial secretary. Have you took upon the time to ever ask that youth coordinator what she is doing within her role to incorporate the youth within ULAN? Thank you.
Can I answer, sir?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, okay.
The question is to you.
At present, I'm not in your administration. I'm not in your leadership. I have no idea of what is going on. And it's not my responsibility to ask the youth coordinator. The one who appointed her has that responsibility to ask every question pertaining to the youth. But I have no idea. It's not my responsibility. Sorry, I can't do that. Thank you.
You have a follow-up?
Yeah, I have a follow-up, sir. I agree with your point, Mr. Kofa. But this is the kind of leadership, someone who is aspiring to be a leader for a community, right? You are a member of the organization, and you know the platform of this current administration. You know everyone that is appointed within the current leadership. So it is your responsibility. So it's not for my personal statement. It's not just coming up. From nowhere saying that things are not going. These are the kind. Are you the? Can you answer that question? Why? You know the name of the current youth coordinator. Have you ever called her on the side for discussion what she's doing? We have the Judatonist coming up in Tromso now, and the celebration is going to your communion, right, where you live. And you are the one hosting this.
Okay, let me intervene here. You asked Mr. Kofa whether he has talked to the current youth coordinator, and he said, no, he has not done that. He's not aware of what's going on within the government. He's not a part of it, so he cannot.
No, Mr. Moderator, the question, the follow-up question is that he's a member of the organization. He says he's a member, bona fide member. You understand? That should the eagerness of what is going on. Thank you.
Maybe Mr. Kofa will vindicate himself in 30 seconds, and then we can move on.
Yeah, okay. So the problem here my brother is trying to ask me is very simple. Your leadership have a plan of what to do and what not to do. I'm not part of your leadership. If your leadership said they were organizing a youth retreat or a youth workshop or a youth seminar and it didn't take place, I will come in and ask questions. Your leadership have a plan on what to implement at this time, at this time, at this time. So I have nothing, I cannot say anything about youth. If you have a youth coordinator, that's fine. But we never got anything in our chat room pertaining to a youth seminar or a youth workshop. If this would have happened, we would have raised concern, we would have asked questions. What happened to the youth workshop you were planning? But if this don't happen, I cannot come into a leadership that I'm not part of. I'm just a single member. So that's how it will be. That's how I see it. Thank you.
So far, so good, guys. I think we are moving. Precious, no, not Lilia. Lucia. Sorry. Do you have any question for any of the people? The three candidates.
No, just for this topic to be very interesting in how we can bring our youth on board. And every one of them spoke wellly. And I just, have other things to say. Just give 1 second of 10 seconds. Putting a youth on board, I actually think that it is also our responsibility as a parent to make sure our children are also part of our culture. We cannot just give the government everything, you have to do this, you have to do that. When we are having program, the youth supposed to be part of this program with their parents most often. That's how they learn to integrate into the culture. That's how they learn about Liberia. That's how they learn about other people or culture or what we believe, the David tribes of Liberia. So some of these problems are actually from the parents. We have most programs, we leave our children out, and then we come on board with the youth. Thank you.
Very,
Can I
very
just say
brilliant.
something? Can I just say something to that?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, personally, what you're saying, Lucia, is great. But again, most of the when you say youth, most of the kids, some for me, example, I've been around ULAN for a very long time as a kid, like growing up. We even did free show for ULAN, back in the days, dance and whatever. You understand? But when you're growing up in a society or in an organization with no structure on the top, you just see it as an organization where you're gonna have fun. You don't learn nothing. You're just part of something that you're not gaining no knowledge from. So most of the kids that come and most of the kids that decide, or most of the youth that decide to stay away is because of the same question, oh, that organization, what you don't have done for me for the past year. Because it passed on to the parents, and the parents take that with them, that ULAN hasn't given them no value to be a member of ULAN. So that's a generation pass
Yeah,
on.
but
So
okay,
everybody that
okay.
comes to ULAN,
Even
just thank you.
can I intervene, Jeremy? Can I just ask you a
Thank
question?
you. Yeah, sure.
Yeah. Lucia is saying is also blaming the parents, which I must have done in the past, because if we the elderly just go all the time, and the reason why we the elderly go is that the organization is our we Liberians, all Liberians, whether children or whatever, we own the organization. But if we see that the youth are not actively participating, we the elderly people can also say, let's sit down. So one thing I believe, and to support Lucia's point, is that we should be taking our children to the program. Now, I got a joke where my 6 year to soon be 7-year-old son have been attending ULAN. In fact, I think the first major event I ever attended was they seen Lucia wedding. I call it all great that day, and everybody was laughing. So I make sure I take him to all the events. Okay, and so Emmanuel Krumah always joke me, say, boy, I've been attending so many. So, but the point I'm making is that we, the parents, especially those ones that got grown up children, we should be encouraging our children to go, because who knows? Anybody, I can fall down tomorrow, I'm dead. Who, so like any other person. So the children will take our place, and I think that's the point that Lucia was making. Yes, I also agree with you, like all the other people here, that the children stay away because they feel left out. And that's why that important question came as to what you can do if you win to bring the youth on board. But let's move on. We'll be giving our people time to call, but let's move on. Two other important questions: accountability and transparency. I remember our administration, we were there for 12 years, and one of the contending issues was, oh, no accountability, no transparency, even at the point when ULAN was not having, people were not coming to ULAN anymore. It was like up to 4 or 5 people always having the same meeting. 4 or 5 people, when you call the same 4 or 5 people come to meeting, and we pay a little due that we have. But people who are not being there for a very long time, they came and started asking for transparency and accountability. Now, all of you here, the 3 of you that are running for president, none of you have ever assumed the presidency of ULAN, neither the vice presidency or the secretaryship or whatever. Kofa has been on board on some committee or whatever. But the question is, what is your view about transparency if you come to ULAN? Whenever any of you assumes the presidency, what is your view about transparency, and how will you go about that? So I will start with Kofa.
Yeah, okay, thank you. I think the most important thing that we encourage every Liberian or all Liberians that are in the Liberian community in ULAN to be part of ULAN is transparency. Transparency. When, as at present as we speak, ULAN is only functioning or is running only based on contribution and membership dues. Okay, whenever we have ULAN convention or ULAN program, the result or the report don't come up as soon as we expect. It takes time, and as time go by, when the report come up or when the result come up or whatsoever, it is not what we are expecting. I just give one example of 2023 convention we had in Drama. I paid my 350 krona for the convention fee. I paid my 250 krona for my 2023 yearly dues. At present, we are hearing some information that the 350 krona we pay, it was for the convention and for yearly due to vote, which was not correct. So when these things happen, others who want to get engaged or to be part of the organization, they won't, because they feel something is happening. As we speak, we haven't gotten the 100%, the all over report of 2023 convention or financial report. So when you have a program, it's good after the program, give out the result, give out the report. Call a general meeting and tell everybody in the meeting, the program we held A, B, C, D, this what happened, there was the budget, this, and you move forward. That will encourage people and will give them they will give them the trust in your leadership. So for me, I'll just stop right here. Thank you.
Okay, great. Oh, very fast. Jeremy.
Yes. First of all, I will say again, we're not in this race to point finger. We're not in this race to dwell in the past. Okay. And first of all, it's like when you say transparency, accountability, it goes hands in hands. For you to be transparent, you got to be accountable for things, for activities. So as you can see in the Norwegian society, we don't deal with cash anymore. Everything go electronic, everything go through VIPs, everything is digital, right? So as a leader of ULAN, we on my team, we're going to put in systems where we're going to do away with cash. Because once you have cash circulating in the community, the ability for somebody to steal or to be unfaithful is there. So in order for us to do that, we have to take away all cash payment in and around ULAN as an organization. That's the first thing we need to do. And that's the first implementation we need to work with going forward. And after that, we can talk about other stuff. Thank you.
Oh, Michael, accountability and transparency key to any organization like ULAN. What's your view?
Well, I mean, accountability first start with choosing the right candidate. A candidate has a profile of sincerity, a profile to help, because once you elect the wrong leader, then accountability, transparency will not be there. If you elect the right leader, like in my camp, we have documented that we will have internal auditing committee. So we will audit ourselves, make sure that we follow best practice, because lack of accountability has been one of the issues that drive people away from the organization. So we have to audit ourselves, and we have to also be open that a body can audit at all times.
Are you done?
Yes.
Okay, great. Now, so guys, what I will do, let me read my telephone number now. It's time for the participation of the viewers. Whether you member of ULAN or you just watching by some chance, you can also ask the candidates. So the time is 9:16. So by 9:20, we'll start the question to the viewers. But before that time, we take a short musical break to relax the tension, to let our candidates drink some water, let them relax, and even the viewers too, you can grab your little bottle of Coke or do something. So, this is all about familyship, right? So everything we do is in the interest of ULAN, it's in the interest of Liberians. So we're going to take a short musical break, and then when we come back, we'll continue the program. The question from the public will be asked. But before that, let's do this one.
cultivate one another. Learn to live together as brothers and sisters. Without togetherness, we won't have a peace of mind. Unify and have a peaceful, sweet Liberia. Land of liberty is our home. Keep it standing. This is the one and only home that we have. Sweet Liberia. This land of liberty is our home. Let us keep it standing. It's the one and only home that we have. Oh, sweet Liberia. Love is all we need to make a stand. Unify and have a peaceful home. Change is all we need to make a stand. Let's unify and have a peaceful home. Sweet Liberia, land of liberty is my home, and let us keep it standing. It's the one and only home we have. Say sweet Liberia.
Yeah. Welcome back to the Bottom Line Liberia Discussions, a special edition of the program tonight, hosting the Liberian organization in Norway. That's the Union of Liberian Organizations in Norway, ULAN, as they will be going to the polls in about 9 days' time to elect new corp of officers. And we have these wonderful people here, all Liberians. Few of them are vying for the presidency, and the rest are vying for the financial secretary. We'll be taking the financial secretary at the end of the day. But we have talked enough about their dreams for ULAN in case any of them wins. And we've also they have identified some of the problems and how they can tackle it. Nobody has 100% solution though, but if you listen to the music we play, the music say together we can stand, and what we need is love and unity. Let me put small fun in it. Those of us here who come from the indigenous side, when you're made farm, they got these small black and white raspberry that can eat the rice. Small, it can also be in the town. In fact, they can live in the town. That brother get frisky. We make it fine follow on the farm to eat the rice. Then you can't live in the town with all again. So when one of them go on your farm, you will not pay attention to it because in the single, you say, oh, that thing, you can't do nothing. That's why they always come in group. When they come in, they can come in group, big group, small. They tell you, I think you know the brother talking about it. That's why I'm funny more. When they come in group, they'll cause massive destruction. Because in their mind, they say, well, if we go alone, we will not impact. But let's go in group. And so it means that whatever we do as people, we should work together as a group. And when we work together as a group, our impact will be felt. So for those of you in viewing land, let me read my number very softly, slowly, so that you can copy it. It's a WhatsApp number, so you can call me on WhatsApp, you can call me on regular number. If you're in Norway, you don't need a +47. So the number is 99 450 882. Again, 99450 882. And the fast version, 99450 882. I think you got it. So it's also scrolling on the screen here. Now, if you call me, you call your name, where you calling from, in Norway or out of Norway or anywhere, and then if your question is going to the general group here, you post the one question to all of them. But if you got a special or particular person that you want to ask, you can call it. You can say, I want to ask John Brown, so question. And like we said, the same rules apply to you callers. Be respectful. So far, the gentlemen and lady are doing well. Nobody have crossed the border, and I'm getting a little bit mad because I'm not finding anybody here. So if you want to call, the number is 99450 and then you post a question. But while we wait for that question, there is one thing that has been some of the key thing about ULAN. That is, people are saying, ULAN should just be ULAN. Now we got other Liberian organizations around Europe, in Greater Europe, in diaspora Europe. But ULAN has always been, and ULAN stands to be, or professes to be, the umbrella organization for all smaller groups in Liberia, or in Norway. And so if we got other groups, we got a bigger group in Greater Europe, but ULAN is refusing to go there for some reason, I don't know, or whether they are not being invited officially, I don't know. But I want to ask this question to the candidates here. Alvin Kufa, I'll start with you. Should you win, do you see the need that ULAN can join or can show face on the international scene? Let's say for now we have EFLA, which is the European Federation of Liberian Associations. The same way ULAN say is the Union of Liberian Associations, meaning ULAN has responsibility for all smaller groups in Norway. So that EFLA says they have responsibility for all Liberian organizations in Norway, like ULAN and its auxiliaries. So do you think it's a good idea to take ULAN on the international front, starting with you, meaning that we can join group like EFLA, or we can even partner with group like ULA in America? That's the Union of Liberian Associations in the Americas, ULA. So that when they're having program, they can invite us. When we're having program, we can invite them. Do you think it's a good idea to sell ULA internationally?
Thank you very much. Very good question. From my point of view, I think this would be a very good and great idea, but I'm 100% sure that there have to be research as to know which organization we are going to join. We should have, if possible, some information or attest from the European Union or from where these groups were funded. I have an organization. I had an organization called Council of Patriots, Liberia Council of Patriots, EU chapter that I was the head of. I think you know Costa, Kevin Costa. I was the head of Costa in Europe. We visited the European Union, and the information we heard about ULAN, about EFLA at the European Union was not good for us when we visited the European Union. Okay, from my point of view, if I'm elected, I would take ULAN to the European Union first. We hold our ground, we hold our feet, we are recognized. I'm sure if we create that strong base at the European Union, of which I was told we can do, ULAN can benefit from the European Union. But the past leadership, maybe they never had the opportunity or the view to engage. ULAN can benefit from the European Union. I was there at the European Commission, I was told. So if I'm elected, I will make sure ULAN have that ground within the European Union, we create that connection within the European Union, and then we review EFLA. Joining EFLA is not a bad thing. I think it will be good. During Ken administration, EFLA called us and wanted to become part of the program in Tromsø. It was Ken and Tien that picked up the chairman for EFLA from Oslo and drove him to Kristiansand. And when he told us he wanted to become part of the program in Tromsø, we welcomed it. But without him, without EFLA contributing any cent to the program, they wanted a certain percentage. And we said no. The program was already at the end stage of preparation. So we can join EFLA, we can join any European-based organization, want our interests. I mean, it's okay with being with them. So I don't have problem, but we have to review. But my focus here is ULAN should be recognized by the Norwegian government. We engage the Norwegian government, we engage the European Union. This is something I have done before. This is the way, this is something I know what to do, how to do it. So
okay,
for now,
you,
that question is to me, I will visit the European Union first, the Norwegian government, and later on review EFLA before we can join them. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much. Michael.
Yeah, we have a lot of job to do to bring, a lot of people on board. We have valuable resources within our community, So if you look at my plan, my leadership roadmap, I have stated, all of my agendas and plans there. I think we can associate with any organization with similar values and goals, and those that we think we can get mutual benefit from. So, but first we have to get consensus of the general body. I can decide that by myself. So if you look at my leadership roadmap, one of the things I stated in there clearly is the ULAN 5 thematic areas, So I'm thinking within the my second year in leadership, there where we will work together with both government and non-government entities and other organizations, that will give us that benefit out there. It's not just to go join organization for the sake of it, but organizations that will give us mutual benefit. We can learn from a lot of organizations. For example, the Sri Lankan organizations here, what they do is that they have a school wherein youth will always, all the successful Sri Lankan people in Norway, they go and teach them and, tell them they're joining, because of that, most of the Sri Lankan are very successful. So partnering with these kind of organizations, and other Liberian organizations will strengthen ULAN and will make ULAN to achieve her goals. But it has to be a consensus, because I believe in the principle of democratic, philosophy.
Thank you. Jeremy, now.
Yeah, to answer the question, before you play Champions League, you have to dominate your domestic league, right? And so to answer the question is like, ULAN domestically is not united. So you're having a lot of small organizations that fighting for dominance, right? So I think, and I would state one of the channels that just said, he touched around a little bit. We have to unite ourselves within Norway, and we have to present ULAN as the dominant organization to represent Liberian within Norway. And once everybody is fully on board, we can present ourselves to the international body as a united organization of Norway in collaboration with EFLA. And with that, we'll be respected and won't be seen like a sub-organization. But mark my word, I didn't say we shouldn't, join in activities with EFLA. We can, it's not that we're cutting our speech. We can share ideas. We can visit the activities. We can support them. But our main focus in ULAN is to make sure we are united in Norway with all the small organizations before we can present ourselves as a dominant factor of all Liberians in Norway. So as a leader, I'll focus in Norway. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, we stay waiting for the public to make their call, but I think they all satisfied. But I think we'll read few comments here, or we'll put it on the screen. Gossi Tupa is saying, what sets you apart from other candidates, and why do you think you are the best for this position? Now, I don't know whether you are making reference to one particular person. And the second question is, what will you engage with, or how will you engage with stakeholders, including members, staff, and external partners, to build trust and drive collaboration in ULAN? Number three, how will you handle conflicts or disagreement within the organization, and what strategies will you use to build consensus? I think on a larger scale, all of the candidates have addressed some of these issues, um, and it was a good question, Gossi. They've already told us what they intend to do, and that's what set each of them apart from the other. I don't think the three candidates here have said, I will do the same thing what my friends say I will do. They have all followed their own paths, and so that sets them apart. And let's go to another comment here. And this comment comes from my friend Osaka Jada. He said kind of connected to Norway. He used to live in Norway, but now he moves to the US. But presently, as we speak, he's here in Norway visiting. So home is always home. Now he's asking, is ULAN governed by a constitution? Yes, I will answer that one. If so, how inclined are the candidates to respect and adhere to the constitution? It is notable that none of them have referenced the Constitution in their responses, upholding the rule of law. That is okay. So that question I will start with Jeremy. Are you aware of ULAN Constitution, and how do you hope to uphold the Constitution?
To answer that question is I am fully aware of ULAN Constitution, and as you can see, every organization, any on another organization, Constitution is not like a fixed stuff. It need amendments, and based on the challenges and the differences or the development within the organization. So I am fully aware of ULAN organization, but I'm also aware that ULAN constitution, but I'm also aware that the constitution need amendments, and we haven't mentioned it in our setting right now because we have this dispute in and around the constitution, so it's not finalized yet. So we haven't really touched the constitution yet. But moving forward as president, this is one of the core value of ULAN that we have to address. One of the biggest issue we've been trying to fix before the past administration. So this is something we're going to work on because there's a lot of amendment need to be done. Because every organization needs changes. You don't need changes, but changes comes as the organization grows. So you have to amend as the changes continue. So yeah, we have that in our policy as well. We're going to work with that. Thank you.
Thank you. Michael, the Constitution, are you aware of it? And how do you wish to uphold it, upgrade it, and make it viable to suit ULAN's purposes?
I have a comprehensive plan, well documented. I'll share it with ULAN member on the platform. And in that, in fact, come August 9th, 2025, one of the first thing I would do is to set up a constitution review committee and amendment committee. I mean, ULAN has been under the Pastor Eric administration. He appointed some of us to review and amend the constitution, and we have been working on it. It is in progress. It's almost finished, and there are a lot of things that that need to be added because there are a lot of things that are coming up now. So I will reappoint and committee members, and I'm committed. If you see in the document I submitted, I'm committed to democratic principles. I said that before, and democratic principles come from the Constitution. So all the rules that govern. I'm not a self-serving person. I believe in law and order. I respect what the general body has decided upon and put into law. So, I mean, that's the first thing I would do, and I will ensure that that is completed going forward. Need a guided, a book, a guided laws that will help us to govern in the right way. So that's the first thing I would do. It is also documented. You can go and see it because I don't have enough time to, yeah.
Thank you. Mr. Kofa, the Constitution.
Yeah.
You've been around for a while, and you were acquainted with ULAN Constitution. Do you think it needs upgrading, and do you think you can do that happen?
Yeah. Thank you very much. Had it not been for the Constitution, we wouldn't have been here today. The Constitution is in place, and as I speak, I am a member of the Constitution Committee that was set up by the present administration to review and to amend. Likewise, my opponent Michael, we both are on the Constitution Committee. So, if I'm elected, I will rescue myself from this committee and make sure that they continue their work, and I will set up a committee that will work with them and make sure that we amend the Constitution and bring it to the general body for approval. But as we speak, the Constitution holds. You don't press the Constitution, it's the present Constitution, and we all are going to work with it until we can get the review version approved. So this is what I will have to say pertaining to the election. And I wanted to just say one thing to my opponent, Jeremy, because whenever I talk about the past, he try to say, don't talk about the past. But if you don't measure the past, you won't know where you're going. If you don't know your past history, past records, it will be difficult for you to move forward in the future. This is how I feel personally. Thank you.
I will address that. I didn't call no name. I'm just saying from my perspective. So I didn't point finger. This is not a personal attack to anybody. I just said what I'm supposed to say. That's our policy moving forward. That we're not doing on the past. We looking at the future of you and how to build everybody. So I didn't personally attack you. So thank you.
Okay, thank you guys. It's good. Sometimes it's good to clarify also, if there is doubt. But so far so good. And like I said, I'm getting jealous. Nobody's breaking the law. I can't find anybody. Okay. And I see our two financial secretaries getting bored. Do not get bored. Right now, we have a caller on the line. I told you people, I called my telephone number. I said it was 994508882. So the phone lines were automatically open like 5 minutes ago or almost 10 minutes ago. But probably people do not have any question. That's why they're not calling. But I got a call on the line. Caller, what's your name and where you calling from?
My name is Christopher Bala, and I'm calling from Norway.
Okay. Do you have a question for a particular person or for the three candidates?
I have a question for the three candidates.
Okay. Go ahead.
I will hear premise before asking a question. For many years, we've been in Norway. Our organizations, including ULAN, have been having programs in and out. But the bulk of these programs, if not all, have just been centered around July 26th celebration or parties to eat and drink and marriage make, dance, and go afterwards. Everything is finished. For many years, we have felt, or Liberians have felt disconnected from local organizations or that claim to represent their interests. Families are struggling with financial illiteracy or raising children as Liberians have been challenging into the Norwegian system. And many people do not even know their way out. They get frustrated. Many of these end up losing their children. And the lack of structural support for raising these children have been a problem in our community. The youth, many of them are idle. Some of them have turned to drugs. And there are many Liberians back home who are in need of scholarships to come overseas.
Well, sadly, we lost his line. But I think he's, like he said, he will ask a question, but he was laying the premise, which was pretty long. But he mentioned key things, a few key things that, you know, raising children in Norway is not easy. We all know the system. We know what can happen one day you got a born at your house, and most Liberians have lost their children to a born event. Okay, and it's a problem. And I don't know what was his question, but I want to preempt that he probably was trying to ask what you guys will do in that direction. But since I was part of the past administration, I will also lay out just in 30 seconds some of what ULAN did in the direction of scholarship. When he talked about Liberia, ULAN was offering scholarship. We offer scholarship to over 30 students at the University of Liberia, and I was in Liberia. Michael and Mr. Swai and myself were in Liberia. We met with those people, and we came back. We made report to the group, and some of our students that we sponsor are working already. And when it comes to the born event, I think ULAN was also instrumental in helping a Liberian lady whose name I will not call. Her daughter was taking a thing, and ULAN stood firm and were able to prevail, and I think she got her child back. But ULAN has not visited vast majority of the people who have problems, and some people try to keep their problems to themselves. And this is one of the problems. I think you all can bear with me that there are some people that will come to ULAN event maybe once in every 2 or 3 years. So how do you know about such person like that when something is happening? But we hope that Chris will call back and ask his question. So far, no question yet from any of the people. But there was a question here about Pastor Iri Warner. He's asking about the violation of the Constitution. How do you ensure that the Constitution is not violated, especially when it comes to appointing committees and the violation of the Constitution when it comes to the president's power to appoint? I think this is something very sticky, and I don't know whether you guys want to address it, but if the Constitution states that I am the president, I can appoint committee heads and whatever, then I don't see the violation there. Probably there is something to violate. But guys, we're still waiting for your call. If you can make a call, then you leave your comment. But for now, while we're waiting for calls, probably to the presidential candidates, I want to say you've done well, and you are meeting my expectation. Let me now pull our financial secretary. Let me go to them. Lucia, you want to be financial secretary for ULAN, am I correct?
Yeah.
What is your knowledge about financing or finances? Have you done anything with finances before? Have you ever kept money before? Have you ever put account together and something like that? What is your experience?
Thank you for your question. With my experience in finance, I have was able to handle money in most organizations, not only with my status as a running mate to be a financial secretary of ULAN. I work also with LITA organization, with Kien region, with Sedino region, with Chuen region when they were president of LITA. And I also spearhead the secretary committee as well. I run as a secretary. So getting to the position of an organization being a financial secretary is something that I have had past experiences with. And I've also studied finance as well from Ghana. And when I came to Norway, I couldn't work in the bank aspect. So I just decided to switch to the medical field, where I studied as a healthcare worker, and now I'm a psychiatrist healthcare worker. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Jay, the same question to you. What is
yes, sir. Yes, sir. Thank you for your question. I mean, I have no I came as you know, I'm the current financial secretary of ULAN. I've served in this role for 2 years, and my track record is there. But when I came into the role, I have no financial academic financial background from that role. But I have worked with personal finance, setting up budgets, controlling my own funds, and even helping people to set up budgets. And yeah, so the experience I have now, I have 2 years experience. Running. The financial department of the organization. I love so much.
We have a caller on the line, but before the caller comes, I will throw one question quick to all of you, to the two of you. Now, ULAN is a group that really survives on due payments and little programs that we have there, and sometimes we put the money, we do get it back, and stuff like that. What strategies do you think, as financial secretary? I know it's not your place to say what would you do, but what strategy do you think you can propose to the leader that will be, because you will be working under that leader as financial secretary? What program you think you can propose to them?
Well, I will give the floor to the lady, because in every setting, ladies first.
Thank you, Brother G. The first thing is to work in accordance with the organization mission. What is the mission of this organization? What is the plan, the goal? What is actually the calendar of event every year? There should be at least a schedule or a timetable where we have calendar of events. Maybe summertime we have Mace or Mr. program. In wintertime, we have gathering for youth, for children, for adults, and whatsoever. So first is to work with the organization mission, and we see what to do to generate funds. The same thing is as well to promote the financial health of this organization. There are actually a lot of Liberians that are in Norway that are actually not part of ULAN. We have to get those people on board. Most people don't have knowledge of maybe the dues or the yearly dues that is supposed to be contributing towards the organization. So it is our duty or our plans to talk to these people. Some people don't have ideas. This is our plans to at least talk to them, encourage them. A lot of people passing through a lot of difficulties in Norway. So we have to work together to encourage each other. When there's problem, we try to do things together as an organization. And what is even more important is to educate each other on the importance of having money within the organization. So we cannot just survive on dues or contribution when we are having party, or who can contribute, maybe cook rice, who can contribute to maybe bring red or those things. Then it's not enough to put up to within our organization.
Okay, thank you. Oh, Jay, the full question now.
Yeah, Mr. Moderator, I've been so fortunate enough to work with people in this current administration that I have gained so many experience from, and this is the experience I'm leading and seeking re-election. Okay, I worked with my previous president. The one who resigned, on budget planning. You understand? We have had programs like Valentine Ball, like Christmas. You understand? I have always been the person that not so much of a fan of heavy spending, right? So I proposed budget cutting, and I work with the national treasurer of ULAN, Mr. Nelson Foster. I think when we came to power, right, we have set a system that we think, and people of the Liberian community in Norway or ULANers, they are very proud of. Because this is a system that people were afraid. They said, there was no system. I heard Mr. Kofa talking about accountability, transparency. But now we have transparency, within ULAN. And it is under my leadership as Financial Secretary that we are fortunate enough to have these things. We have like 240 kroner, right? Dues payment, right? For every member. I've talked with my previous boss or the executive committee, right? That you can only encourage members, to pay when they see things being transferable, right? Report being delivered to them. You understand? That's what we have worked on, right? And the foundation is already laid. You understand? So moving forward, anybody that
Thank you. Mr. Carlo, are you still there?
I'm here.
Who are you?
Pastor Eric Warner.
Okay. Do you have a question for who?
Well, I have a question for the presidential candidates.
Okay.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
Yeah.
Well, first of all, thank you for having this debate, and this is the first of its kind, and all the candidates are really delivering. It's going to be a hard choice between these guys. All of them are giving their all. All of them are passionate about ULAN. I have two short questions. Number one, I was talking about the Constitution. The Constitution is something I'm very passionate about because it governs the organization. It helps us to run the organization and set systems into place. When systems are not into place, there's always chaos. That's why I'm very passionate about this. When I talk about appointing committees and mandates, giving committee mandates, these areas, they are very tricky. How each presidential candidate will handle the area of appointing committees and giving them mandates and ensuring that they keep within the mandate and not step out of the mandate, thus violating the Constitution. If I appoint a committee and say, you do this, you have a limitation. Well, when we talk, we are talking about accountability. Accountability is being responsible for your action. If you do anything outside of the mandate, you should be held responsible and you should be called to account for that. That's one of the questions. The second question, this organization has been existing for over 19 years. We are still paying 20 kronas. One of the last meetings I held before I resigned with my team was that it would be good for us to push in this new constitution that we increase our dues to 50 krona per person per month. And then in that 50 krona, that's each person paying for 600, I don't know, we will not have to collect any special burial fund again because we have enough money coming from everybody. If something happens to someone, we don't need to raise money for burial fund. We set a specific amount. I want to ask you this. I mean, what are the plans in regards to that? Dues payment, what are they going to increase it or stay on the same level? And how do we address the issue of, incorporating the burial fund within the due payment, if it's possible? Those are my two questions. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Carlo. I think, guys, you heard the question. The first question has to do with appointment of committee heads and after the mandate has expired, you should probably close down. So what are you guys going to do to routine that or to keep? I don't know whether I'm paraphrasing the question good, but I think you all heard the question. And the second question has to do with the payment, the payment that we make for the thing. What mechanism or process do you think has to probably do more better than that? Let me start with Jeremy. If you're not talking,
thank you so much for the question, though. You hear me?
Yeah, very well.
Are you hearing me?
Well.
Yeah, the first question, to answer the first question, is like, if when you give mandates, you give as a leader, you give mandate because you want to achieve certain goals, and these goals are not. You can't give mandate and say, okay, be done. When you get done and we're done. So if you give me mandate, I give mandates with a specific date because I have a goal that I have to, be done and deliver to the people of ULAN. So, for example, if I say I want the constitution to be done by the end of summer, I make sure I give you a mandate that moves in accordance with my agenda and the time period I want to deliver the constitution. You understand? So after that, if I figure out that you're not working inconsistent with my agendas or the time frame given, then we gonna have a new meeting, and we're gonna discuss, because being a leader is one thing, understand, but leading an organization is another thing, because you have to include everybody on board, and everybody's voice have to be heard, and we have to present ourselves as a united body to the public. So we're not gonna go divided. So one thing is we're gonna be united before we deliver our mandate, our final product out to the public. Because
Thank you.
with that, people give you respect. And to
Thank
answer
you.
the second question is, it was one of the things I touched about. I, as a candidate, also think about increasing the due we pay because I feel it's very little, and it been a problem. People don't want to pay, and one of the reasons of this is because people don't see the value in paying that money to ULAN because they don't get that money back, and it has to do with your first question you asked earlier today because it has to do with giving people value for the money they're paying to ULAN. And how do you give these people values? If you ask somebody to pay 50 kronos, you have to give them value for that 50 kronos. And once they find value in that 50 kronas they're giving to you, that they will want to pay. It's not that people don't have money to pay 50 krona. You can even ask Liberian to pay 500 krona every month. As long as that 500 krona give that individual value, they will pay every month. We all do it in Norway. So
Okay.
once people see the money they're paying to UNA is giving them the value they deserve or giving them the incentive UNA have created for them, they will be willing to pay. Until then, UNA isn't giving people nothing in return. So nobody want to pay money because they ain't getting nothing in return. And that's where we come in with the new innovative means of allowing people to gain value for the money paid to UNA. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Sure, Michael.
Yeah, my background as a project manager, we say failure start from the team that you are creating. So as a leader, you must choose people that can do the job, people that can follow instruction. So as a leader, your failure start from putting wrong person to the wrong, in the wrong committee to do the wrong job. So I first and foremost, if there's a problem within the people that have, selected to run a committee, it means that that problem comes from me. I have to do a research. For instance, I put Jeremy to the door when the debate was going on. I said, nobody goes out twice. And Jeremy took the job excellently. Even myself, as a coordinator, he stopped. He was very serious about his job. If I would have put somebody else there, that job would not be done correctly. So you have to research, know the competency, the ethical background that match the persons that you are, selecting on the committee. Second, when it comes to due payment, I'm for increasing the due payment. And I also agree with Jeremy that there should be value for the money. Let's go directly to what some of the values should include. If I'm a due paying member, there should be incentives at the gate if there's a ULAN event, for instance. I've seen many times that ULAN members pay more than foreigners or other people that are coming to, our event. It should not be that way. We should have more privileges when we are the ones paying. So if people, pay more, they should get more value. So for, we could be taking on the project. It could be anything, you will have more, advantages and privileges, because you have paid. So everybody should not be treated equally. Those that have contributed, they should get value for their money, and the value, they should see it. The free entries, for example, or pay less, because you are a full paying member. I also for the idea that we should have identification ID card if you are paying your dues and all these things. Yeah. So I think we should increase the due payment, but there should be value, as Jeremy says. So I totally agree with him. Yeah. You are muted. You are muted. You muted yourself, brother.
We have a caller that is waiting on the line for a few minutes now, but Arvin, you want to address those two questions?
Yeah, I can just make it short. Yeah, I can make it short. Just short, very quick. Once a committee has been appointed to do a specific job, there must be a time frame. If they need more time, I think they will get back to the executive. So whenever we give a committee a specific job to do, we have a time frame given to them to work towards. So if it's not enough, they will get back to us. When it comes to the due payments, As I said, ULAN cannot live on due payments. ULAN cannot function on due payments. Even if every member of ULAN pay 2,000 per year, that cannot help ULAN to function as it's supposed to be. So due payments are important. They are necessary. They're just the formality within the Norwegian system. Before the Norwegian government can assist any organization, the members must contribute something towards their organization. That's what we call due payments. So it's very important. But my focus point will maintain the due payment. Maybe it can be increased later on, but maintain the due payments and bring in more members. More members is the most thing we need to look at for now. The more we get people, the more it will be easy for us. Thank you.
Okay, thank you so
Can I
much.
just ask the question to him before we move forward?
Yeah.
Well,
Quickly, because
you speak about the due payments, not increasing, and you speak about bringing more members. So how are you going to attract these new members you're bringing in if you're not, first of all, giving the members that are already part of ULAN the value for the money? So how are you going to attract these new members? Please, can you
Well,
enlighten on that?
the person or the members of ULAN value or the payment that will be made, they will feel a result of it. They will feel a result of it. They will value it. They will
Like
value
how?
it.
That's what I'm saying. Like how they gonna value it if not feeling the value already before you attract new members? Because they say
they're going
voice.
to they're going to be are going to make it possible that there will going to be some activities, some events going on without touching the dues payment, and responding back to those who have paid their dues and giving concrete financial report on how the project that maybe I will go into, how it went. It will be shown there.
Okay, Mr. Kova,
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
It's a lot of questions and comments pouring in, and to be frank, I can't address all of them.
Mr. Moderator, can I just learn? I was trying to learn on my point. I was making you ask the question, but the caller called, and I respected that. I just wanted to finish. Let my plane on your question, and then because I think people are watching, my voters are watching out there. You understand? There was a certain point I wanted to learn on.
Okay, I will come to you. I will come to the two
Thank
of you.
you.
Yeah. But let me take this caller. Caller, hello. Are you still there?
How you doing, Mr. Linford Boy? How you doing? My name is Wisdom Ways, according from Norway.
Okay. Go ahead.
Okay. Yeah. My question going to the candidate vying for the presidency. My first question has to do with reconciliation. The reason why we are at this stage, I heard some people saying they have to unite the Liberians in Norway. Brilliant. I think Jeremy, brilliant. Because without unity, whether ULAN or any other spring organization within Norway will not prosper. Because you need to bring everybody on board. You need to have whether spring different organizations. If you want to be a dominant organization or a national leader, a national organization, you need to unite all other spring organizations that operate within the confines of Norway. But to the candidate applying for the position, what method are they going to use if you are elected? Michael, Jeremy, Kofa, if you are elected, what method are you going to use? Not only by saying, yeah, we're going to unite the people, but what method are you going to use to unite the other organization to be members, to recognize ULAN as national organization? That's my question. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Carl. Yeah, okay. It goes to the three of you. You all spoke. You highlighted unity, which is very, very essential for any organization, even a big country we call Liberia. In fact, the whole world. But how are you going to go by that process? Because it's not an event. It's not going to happen. It's going to take place. It's going to occur. So how are you going to do that?
Yeah. Can I go first? Can I go first? Are you getting me? Oh yeah. I don't know if a lot of people in this chat room or the viewers know about the word called lane. If you know the word called lane, is about, if you understand the meaning of lane, and if you take that and put it into solving this problem, the first thing we got to do is we have to find the root cause of the division within ULAN. I made a statement, and most people may agree, some people may disagree, but everybody is entitled to their opinion. We have to find the root cause of the division among these organizations. That can be whatever. It can be misunderstanding, miscommunication between organizations. It can be whatever. And how we're going to do this, we're going to have a meeting with each of these members and have try to figure out the data, create a data, and study it. What was the root cause? Why they don't want to be part of ULAN? Why ULAN did to them? And X, Y, and Z. We're going to study that. We're going to figure it out. And once we have the root cause of these problems, and then we're going to find the solutions. But you cannot find a solution without having the root cause of the problem. So that's one thing we're going to work with. If it costs us to talk to all the leadership, all the older people, all the uncles, all the aunts, and figure out what is the problem, we're going to do that. And once we figure out that, it will be very easy for us to unite people, because then we can face our challenges together. And that's what I think I'm going to do. Thank you.
Okay, next, Kofa.
Yes, okay. I think this is a good question for my brother Winston. As I stated before, I was part of the Peace Talk Committee, the last Peace Talk Committee. I was a member of that committee. And at the end of the day, we made a report to ULAN and to ALIN. We all met, ULAN, ALIN, the APO committee. We had a general meeting where we decided to come together. This was a request from the Liberian ambassador to Germany. There was our request. We should come together, unify, and form one organization that will spearhead the Liberian or community in Norway. At that meeting, when we had the meeting, a committee was set up, of which I was a member of. And we all agreed, the ALIN, the APO, and ULAN, we agreed in that meeting, we set up a Peace Talk committee that will review certain things that will qualify an organization to be the head. One was, if the organization claiming to be the head for all Liberians in Norway, if they are legally registered with the Norwegian government, that's one. Number two, what have they done? We need to look at what have they done. We need to look at a financial report or the project in Liberia, other things. And number three, they must present documents to prove what they have done so far. And based on that, then we can know which we were not to say, you number one, you number two. But based on that, we were to write a letter to ULAN stating what we have done after our studies and which organization did A, B, C, D, and from there, ULAN is supposed to pick it up. And during that process, the APO committee was not legally registered with Bruno Zon. So they dropped out of that race. And then we were in line, working in line with Ali. But at a certain stage, certain document wanted from Ali, they refused to give it as well. So then the committee made a final report and sent it to ULAN committee, that ULAN executive that was headed by Maneswa at that time. And if I can remember, it's based on a report. ULAN decided to have this election in Drummond 2023, where they allow other Liberians to come and participate, even to hold position, whether they were in ULAN or not, to hold positions. So what I'm saying in short, there's no more time for peace talk with any organization. We have to move forward. ULAN, we engage the Norwegian government. Let the Norwegian government recognize ULAN as the organization representing all Liberians in Norway. All those who want to come on board, you come on board. Nevertheless, we will negotiate with our members. We will negotiate with people who are still outside, and we will find a solution to see what we can do. Because some people want us to change ULAN name, something that we will not accept. We can't change the name. So we're going to move forward, but we engage with people who have concern or who have problem with the organization. Thank you.
Thank you so much. So far so good. Time is going. We get some minutes left. But let me go to let me ask Michael the same
Yeah.
question. What's your view on that?
Well, I've rightly stated that he was talking about when the ambassador came. In fact, I chaired that meeting, and at that meeting, I saw there was a lot of conflict. I didn't know there were other organizations that existed in Norway as a mother organization beside ULAN, and I saw there was a lot of conflict, and we had a peace process that brought us to where we are now. So ULAN is far more better than what it is, than what it was before. And now
we have problem with the organization. Thank you. Us to where we are now. So ULAN is far more better than what
I'm
it is.
getting feedback.
Oh, somebody there's a delay, so somebody is listening to. Don't listen to it.
Oh, okay.
Everybody mute yourself. This is the male talking.
So come August 9, I have planned to set up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 committees, and one of the committees will be peace and reconciliation, recruiting and inclusion committee. So on that committee, we'll take competent people that can listen. We have people in our organization like the likes of Reverend Brown that actually were part of the I think he led the peace talk, to get all organizations under ULAN, So people with such valuable knowledge, they can reach the heart of people, and bring people on board. So one of the things I would do is that I would make sure that the moment I get elected, within the first week, I would send letters to all the other organizations. And I would take my time to visit, not only visit the organizations and find out what are their problems. Because as it stands right now, ULAN is actually striving like any local organization. And I want to move ULAN from that. I want ULAN to work to strengthen local organizations. It will help them to apply for money, bring project, strengthen their constitution, that they will follow democratic, principles, like every organization that is part of ULAN should have, financial report and all these kind of things, and everything will be on the website. And, we have to go out and make ULAN a mother organization.
Okay.
We got to do that by going out and reaching to the hearts of the people.
Thank you so much. Our 2 financial secretaries have been both. Jay, you want to learn, and then there's a question here that goes to Lucia. I'll ask for the question, but Jay, you got to learn first.
Yeah, I just wanted to learn, like I was saying, you asked the question, what are ideas going to propose to our leaders? You understand? Like I say, I work I'm a member, I'm an executive member in the current administration. You understand? And one of the things the financial team has been working with, you understand, we have include members from the local organization are paying dues direct to ULAN. You understand? That was what I proposed. I think in one of the meetings to my leader or the guy I work with the financial thing. I said, but this is not supposed to be like this. This is supposed to pay the due direct to the local organization. Then they pay in at the end of the year, certain percentage to ULAN. But actually, that was what that was said before from the previous administration. So moving forward, what I wanted to say, this is some of the things that I have in mind to work with to work with Mr. Queer, right? Because at the point in terms so that I know that there are great things coming forward into place that will move you down in the rightful direction. You understand? So we have to incorporate those local organizations come in, pay your dues within your local organization, right? And every year that local organization pay a certain percentage to ULAN. You understand? I'm a member of ULAN. I don't have a local organization in Oslo. You understand? But I'm paying my dues direct to ULAN because there is no local organization in where I live.
Yeah, but you're pushing for people to pay the local organization. You don't have one.
No, but I think if I'm pushing for that, I think that's a rightful way. But then within those who are direct member with ULAN, like you and me, who doesn't have local organization within we can pay direct to ULAN.
Okay, thank you. Lucia,
yes.
There's a question here for you, Lucia. How are you sure, or how sure are we that, or how are you going to step up to this position of financial secretary when you have not been active as youth coordinator? And the question comes from Kula. Kula is asking, you presently serve as youth coordinator, but you are not being active. So how are you going to perform the financial secretary to the fullest?
Okay, thank you so much, Kula, for this question. The very first thing when we put in a position our present leadership, I wasn't part of the leadership board. Later on, few months afterwards, I was contacted to be the leader of the youth department. I accepted that role in which I felt that I would have done so much. But working with the youth was very difficult for me. I came back into a meeting with the leadership board. I gave them my feedback. I've tried many times, many occasions to call the youth. A lot of youth that I have called, they complain so much about ULAN. They complain not being included into the organization, not being taken seriously within the organization. There was so much complaint, which of course I have said to the leadership board. So it wasn't something that I have never tried to do. And it wasn't something that I was already on board when the leadership board was put in power. It was afterwards I was contacted to be a part of the leadership board. I hope I've answered her questions.
Yeah, hopefully. Okay, there's a caller on the line. Caller, where you calling from and how are you? What's your name?
Fine, thank you. My name is Gase, one of the Hebrew brothers. Firstly, I would like to say thank you so much, Mr. Lin, for doing this great show. Yeah, I think these are some of the things we need to think about also in ULAN, using your platform to promote ULAN as well. Thank you so much. And I have, let's say, 3 questions, but then firstly, I would like to thank my partner, Jeremy. You're doing a great job, brother. That's what we stand for. We don't just talk. If we are given a chance, we're going to delay.
Okay, ask a question. Time to vote your vote because time is fast spent.
Okay, so no problem. Okay, I have a question here, right? It might be funny, but I would like to know, can the candidates, can you guys tell me or give me the name of 5 founding members of ULAN? That's one. And then also, can you also tell me personally what you have done? What have you contributed personally, towards ULAN? That's one. And I would also like to know, like, how would you actually, handle conflict? I think I posted that question. You didn't really talk about it, but it's important because some of the thing here is that we see the older ones in ULAN. From my own personal analysis, this is my own personal perspective. They seem to have a lot of issues with each other, maybe personally, but then they cannot come out and say it. So how are you going to handle those kind of, conflicts in order for us to be at peace, to talk about unity and all of that? I just want you to elaborate a bit on that.
Okay, thank you. His questions, the first thing he wants all of you to do is to name 5 founding members of ULAN. Then the second one has to do with what was it?
Conflict in the community. Conflict.
Yeah, ending conflict, and then
handling conflict.
The third was conflict. The second one was actually about something. But I think you guys heard the question. I'm doing a lot of things.
What have you done within the organization?
What have you done?
And then can you name 5 funding?
Yeah, name me 5. That's the first question. And what have you done? How have you contributed to ULAN personally? And then how will you handle conflict? So we start with Kofa. Since you are one of the founding members of ULAN, name 5. Not including you. One or two.
Founding member of ULAN, I will call Brother David Akwewala. Richard Down. Linford, Weir. This is Mr. Weaver. This is Mr. Irvin Wallace Kofa Sr. How many persons have called now? 4?
No, you have called 5. Linford, Richard Down, Akwewala, Mr. Weaver, and Mr. Kofa. 5.
Yes,
okay,
thank you.
Yeah, okay. So say we stay with you.
Number 2. That is contribution towards ULAN. So I have missed 3 ULAN convention since I became a member of ULAN from 2005. I have missed 3 ULAN convention. The rest of ULAN convention, I have taken my football jersey, full set of jersey, to all ULAN convention free of charge. Put it in back, check in with it, and take it there, and ULAN use it free of charge. Look it back and wash it and set it down. This is a contribution I have made to ULAN apart from paying my dues. I will just stop here. I won't want to go further. Thank you.
Okay, number three, how will you handle conflict?
Yeah. How will you handle conflict? There's something in Norway there's an organization in Norway called Conflicting Raw. You can check it up, you'll see it. I've been there, I did some course there. I had some issues there with them before, and I learned from them. When there's a conflict, you need to find a neutral ground where you can bring those involved together. So we will have to set up a committee that will look into the case, look into the issue, and see what best they can do, and afterwards we can see how best we can handle it. So a committee will be set up to look into conflict. There could be a conflict tomorrow for example, in Belgium, and they can lay complaint to you and say, well, maybe our secretary did something to us. Can you intervene? Yes, we intervene. We set up a committee that will go and investigate and see how best they can settle the situation. That is what I would do. Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much. We go to Michael Kwe. And Michael, I want you to take a question from the last. Conflict handling, and then you go to your contribution, and then you name 5 people.
Yeah, I think God's question is about personal. What have we done for ULAN personally? I can recall. I was just reminded about this not too long ago. It was in around 2010, about 2010, 2012. ULAN had some event, and together with mine, this is Waterside Market that I had at the time, where we sponsored the entire event. We put resources at our disposal, including financial resources and things of that kind. I have through Bergen organization, I have contributed a lot. I for example, recently my role that I had in the election, I was given an opportunity to lead a debate. It was one of the most successful debate ever, in ULAN history. I have so much passion for ULAN. That's why sometimes, I can appear like, attacking, some of my opponents, because I am a giver. I'm not here to receive anything from ULAN. And that time, I've been all the time I've contributed to ULAN. I've never seek for any political position. I never, I was not thinking about using ULAN as a bridge or anything of that kind, And I want people to just go and Google me, Michael Kwe. You will see what I've done for Liberians as a whole in Norway, and also Africans or foreigners in this country. I like to give, You are muted. You are muted. I can't hear you.
We have exactly 30 minutes to get out of here. Conflict handling.
Well, it's part of the Peace and Reconciliation Committee. If you check on my document that I posted, they will be responsible to handle, all this kind of conflict. I will set up the right people that, people can listen to, people that have the soft heart, that have that listening ears, so there will be a continual process where it will reach out to every communes, or local organizations. Whenever there is a conflict, will come and settle it, just the way you guys came and help us with our election. When I was the election commissioner here in Bergen, it was a lot of conflict around it. So I said, okay, ULAN should come and deal with that. And you guys did all the counting, and, I just announced, the result. And that's how I want ULAN to be functioning. Come in and, as a big brother or mother, settle, any dispute. If there's no trust within the organization, ULAN can come as a trusted body, So in that regard. So, you have Pa Wiegba, Pa Dan, Linfo, of course, Deria Kwela, and Jima Koyon. These are some of the founding members of ULAN. And I'm from the biggest organization, ULAN, daughter organization in our Bergen. And we are fighting.
Thank you. Jeremy, I want you to start with the 5 founding members. I know you start with your father.
Well, obviously I won't, because the founding member of ULAN consists of the 100 and something plus members in ULAN. that first took upon herself to recognize ULAN as an organization to be part of. I consider them a founding member as well. And to answer your second question, I don't have 5 founding members, but I have over 100 plus founding members. So I won't answer that question right now because it's a lot of people that contributed to this organization to be what it is. And to answer the second question is what I have contributed personally to ULAN. I have sparked the voice that created a path to hold our leadership accountable. We talk about accountability and transparency. These are the two things that have been facing ULAN for many years. And we, as one of me, been part of this group to spark that we have a ULAN today that our leadership can be held accountable for every decision they made, be it on the chat room, of the chat room, in person. So that's what I've done to ULAN. And I've contributed through my dues. For the past time I've been active. Before that, I was just like every other youth, passing around and having fun on July 26th. And the third, to
Conflict
solve
handling.
conflict, to solve conflicts, you need two people that will agree to sit down to talk. But a lot of the conflict solving in ULAN have just been overshadowed because of publicity. But deep down, they have never found the grassroots of the conflict. And that's why the conflict keep coming back up. So in ULAN moving forward, we don't just solve conflict. We solve conflict based on the originality of the problems. We have to dig down, figure out the problem, solve the conflict, and the both parties have to be willing to agree to the differences within that conflict. Thank you.
Okay, time is inching on us, and so we've got to start to think about wrapping up.
Yeah, but the financial candidate can answer this question as well because I mean I think it's very essential. Those we are not running as presidential candidate.
So you want to give it a shot? Great.
Yeah, I want to give it a shot. I want to give it a shot definitely.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, first and foremost,
what have you contributed?
Oh man, I'm a commitment. You understand? Yeah, all ULANers. I mean, being a member of ULAN, you have to be committed. You know, you're showing that commitment and sacrifice. You understand? You I've been a delegate to Sweden when I was just coming to ULAN. I came as a foot soldier as first, and then I rose to the position of being a youth coordinator as well. I've contributed funding this. The Hebrew brother we talk about, I brought them together. You know, so those are the contributions. We talk about contribution. So every ULANer should be happy because I brought the Hebrew brothers on board, and today they are very active. It makes me proud. And then so conflicts. I would take my personal journey, Mr. Linford. I have said some things in the ULAN charge room that got people angry. But handling conflicts, I don't want to allow that to burn off. You understand? I came upon myself. I read it. I listened to them. I read. They heard. Like lately, I used the word elite within the ULAN chat room. Right? That was a conflict, a creation of conflict. You understand? I apologize. You understand? So I'm a man that listen. You understand? If I'm wrong, I'm not afraid to apologize. So this is kind of thing that I would love to. I would love to see a continuum within ULAN. If a leader is wrong, if anybody is wrong, within the community, no one is big to to apologize. You understand?
Lucia, you can answer, or you can comment on it if you want to, or if not, then we can move ahead.
Oh, I think everyone has a brilliant answers to what's that question, and I have no comment towards that.
Okay, thank you so much.
Time factor.
Yeah. Okay, guys. It's 10:31 from my end, and 11 o'clock we are wrapping this thing up. So, one of the issues that ULAN have had all of the time is not only with ULAN members, okay, and it's been like other organizations or other people have felt that they cannot work with ULAN because they don't recognize, according to them, they don't recognize ULAN because they look at the age of their organization. Oh, we were first that came to Norway, or we were first that organized, and this and that. And this has been one of the sticky issues that have crippled all of the organizations, not only ULAN, because in as much as they didn't want to cooperate with ULAN, own grounds that they were the first or they should be recognized, they have also crippled themselves. And it's almost like I don't want to use that word that they are not around again, but they are either silent or they doing their own thing silently and nobody's hearing about them that much. But we are all Liberians, and I'm going to ask a question, but I'm just laying a premise. We are all Liberians. If anything happens to one Liberian, it should be our consent. And I remember the past administration or the served thing, we were able to reach out to some Liberians who have never even sat in ULAN meeting once since I began a member of ULAN in 2005 until even today, after we even intervene in their problem. Okay, I wouldn't want to highlight them here, but I think we all know some of those problems that I'm talking about. So the question here is, we've been focusing on a confusion in ULAN itself, where people, according to Jeremy, some people, the errors in a group or in this ULAN have problem with themselves, but they don't want to come. But let's move from, at least we are in ULAN and we're having our problem. We agree. But the people outside who say they cannot come to us, but they are part of us, they are Liberians as well. If anything happens to them or to us, we all should be concerned. To you three, how can we mend the fence? Because it's going to be difficult now. The reason I'm bringing this, or almost like we've been talking about it before, but it's going to be difficult getting outside to penetrate the other group. So how you think we can do that? Arvin?
This is simple. This is very, very simple and easy. There might be 3 or 2 organizations claiming to be the national organization for all Liberians in Norway. All of them are legally registered with the Norwegian government. Being registered with the Norwegian government, what have they done? Apart from the registration, have the Norwegian government ever come out to recognize ULAN or to recognize this other organization or recognize this? Have ULAN ever engaged with the Norwegian government? So for me, I will engage directly with the state minister, minister of education, minister of health. We will engage with them and they will recognize ULAN. And once this barrier has been broken, all those who have been claiming, likewise, otherwise, we know very well that ULAN have been recognized by the government of Norway. If I'm elected, the state minister, many ministers in Norway, in the Norwegian government, will know ULAN. We will visit them. We will visit their office before the end of this month, before the end of this year. We engage with them. Once we start to engage with the government of Norway, there will be no other room left for anybody to say anything. So my focus point will be ULAN engagement with the government of Norway. Thank you.
Jeremy?
Well, we said everything. We set it out. And for me, this question is not as simple as my opponent said, but the thing is people out there don't want to engage themselves with ULAN because they see the same people in the hierarchy of ULAN leadership that they had problem with. And I think it's about time that we all make changes. It's not because of me, it's not because of you, it's because of in the interest of ULAN. It's about time that these people see new faces, neutral faces, and faces that are willing to listen to the problem and issue they had with ULAN in the past. We don't want to bring the past back, but we have to listen to what they had, and then we can build on that. And with that, at least we will encourage them, to come closer. Until that can happen, we will still see people distancing themselves from ULAN because they're having X, Y, and Z problem with John Paul, Peter, and Peter, John Paul. And this is the grassroots problem of ULAN. And I'm gonna tell you, gossip, jealousy, anger, delusional problems. This is the reason why ULAN is not moving forward today. And I'll be very polite with that. Thank you.
Michael. Michael, you are muted.
Sorry about that. I was just saying, 1 second. Looking at ULAN's problem from the perspective of Pareto principles, I see that 80% of the disengagement may stem from 20% of the reoccurring issues, such as lack of transparency, like having a website where every organizations that are connected to ULAN, you can go and access all their financial documents. You can see how they are doing, including ULAN itself. So we need transparency and accountability. We have had leadership with no clear vision, or clear, direction, no value for the youth. So when all these things are put in place, especially the majority of the Liberians living in Norway are youth and young people, so if we put our effort towards, bringing them on board, creating activities, and also allowing them to decide the kind of activities, bringing them into leadership. It's part of this reason I'm even taking my son, who is half Norwegian, half Liberian, with me to Tromsø. So I want to be a leader that will lead by example. So I think most of our effort should be, directed mostly to the young people. There are people that have personal issues with one another, especially I've observed in ULAN. If you are friendly with Michael Foster or Kula or maybe Richard Dan or Kofa, there have been factions within, that clique, this other clique. And we all have passion for ULAN, but I don't want.
Well, actually, the question is, we know that we have this thing in ULAN, but we are thinking about going outside of the box to reach out to other people.
Say that again.
We're not thinking about within ULAN. We are already in ULAN, right? And we're doing our little thing.
Mm-hmm.
But we're talking about going outside to bring in the other people who are outside that are not members of us, so they all can kind of let everyone all be under the same roof and be doing our thing.
No, but that's why I tell you, lack of transparency.
I think you should ask him the question again, because maybe he didn't understand the question. So I think it's better you asking the question again.
Bring transparency back. That's what I'm saying. The problem stems from, I was just saying, I said transparency, you need clear leadership, you need a leadership with a clear vision, and create value for the youth. With that, people will come on board. Did I understand the question well?
Yeah, it's not up to me.
I'm just asking. I'm
just asking the photos.
To bring people on board, you have to, you have to. People are left because of reasons.
Our time is fast spent, so we're going to go around the table. Everybody got 1, 2, 3. So everybody got 2 minutes each. So it'll be 6 minutes. Then plus the other 2 people, 10 minutes altogether out of 20 minutes. We got 20 minutes to 11 o'clock. 11 o'clock, I'm closing it off. So I want to start with Jeremy. Is there anything that you want the voters to know? Because everything you're talking, I'm only asking you. You're not talking to me. You're talking to us, we the voters. So is there anything that you left or that you want your people to know to encourage them to be able to vote into the presidency? Start with you, Jeremy.
First of all, I want to tell you thank you, and everybody watching thank you, because this vote is not about me. It's about you. It's about the voices that haven't been listened to for many years. And I want you to go out there, vote based on the principle of ULAN and the direction you want ULAN to go in. Understand? For many years, we have asked ourselves question about what have ULAN done for us, but we have to rethink ourselves. What position have we put ULAN into deliver services to us in ULAN? And you don't do this by voting uncle, brother, friend, best friend, or because enemy or whatever. You do this because you prioritize ULAN and you prioritize the policy of each and every one of us bringing on the table. So go out there, vote for the policy, don't vote for the person. Thank you.
Okay, short and sweet. Mr. Kofa, we take Marco for last. Mr. Kofa.
Yeah, I would like to say a very big thanks to you for us using your platform to share our experience and answer some questions pertaining to ULAN as we approach 2025 general election in Tromsø. I'm grateful to be part of this platform, and I would like to send a hand of support to all Liberians in Norway who are listening, that there is the time for economic growth, educational and social growth for ULAN. This is the time that we need to bring ULAN from where it is to a place that it's supposed to be. That's what I believe. This is a time to rally around and make ULAN much more stronger, bring unity within the Norwegian community where all Liberians are. So I'm grateful for this. And most of you know me. You already know my history is there. You know me. So vote wise. Don't vote for Kofa because of Kofa. Vote for ULAN and vote for prosperity ULAN that will move the Liberian community to where it's supposed to be. We have a constitution that has a vision and mission, and we want to enforce it and make sure that we are where it is and what it is. So vote for ULAN for it to be much more prosperous. Thank you very much.
Good. Thank you too. Michael Quer. Michael, on mute.
Dear fellow Liberians, I've studied ULAN's problem through the parental principles. I've seen that 80% of the disengagement from ULAN stem from lack of transparency, unclear vision, and no value for the youth. I have presented my executive calendar. I have unveiled my vision and values. I propose executive calendar of action, also 1-year plan aimed at including everyone, even through the elected representatives. And I believe that ULAN has everything it needs to strive to become the mother organization that it wants to be. I offer myself to serve you. If you Google me, you know that I have helped a lot of people personally in my life. I have no political ambitions in Liberia. I have no ambitions to go and take pictures with Norwegian politicians or European politicians to make myself relevant. I want us to be recognized within ourselves, to know that ULAN belongs to us. Before Jay came on board, he used to complain a lot, and I persuaded him to come on board. I be the change that you want to see in ULAN. And I persuaded him, and he took swift actions, and now we see the value that he has contributed to ULAN over the years. Every member of my team are not people that can be pushed around. They have that individual minds. Joy's got her individual mind. Jay has his individual mind. Nelson has his individual mind. I'm working with people that I can listen to. I've worked with a lot of people, including the former election commissions. The Francis in the project that we had to chair the.
You got about 30 seconds.
And I'm a listener. I can listen and I can heal to advise. So I'm here to serve you. Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much. I will go back to Jeremy. It's not part of it. Jeremy wants to say something. I don't know, but it's not part of this whole thing. So you see it. But let me go to Jay. Jay, looking at in your play getting dark now. What country are you in? Denmark.
Denmark is it's 10:46 here now. Yeah.
Okay. About 10:46 the same thing. Yeah. But I know that you're the money people. You don't have much to do in terms of the political side, because you are just there. Why your president will say, why your government will do when they get money, you take care of your account for it. So is there anything
No, but no, I'm there to get advice to the president as well, to my leader.
Yeah, financial advice, but that's what I'm asking. Is there anything that you want to assure the people that if you work with ULAN will be able to be financially prosperous?
I'm not doing that individually, but I just want to lay the platform down for all voters that for me and against me. I'm planning with them. I've been fortunate enough to serve as your financial secretary. I'm asking you again, Give me another 2 years. All right, give me another 2 years. I've heard people call me tax collector in the platform, in the ULAN platform, right? Yes, but that tax collecting have encouraged people. We have seen the percentage of ULAN who have contributed, who have paid the dues since 2023 July up to this day, 2025. You understand? Don't give that role to somebody that is coming to learn the work again. Understand? You have a very trustworthy financial system in place. Give that 2 years to Mr. Quitty again, and we are leading and we are moving in a different direction from the foundation. We're going to start laying the block that will be, to lay a very, very solid foundation again. So trust me, and as I have done, I will continue to do, provide you with insightful financial reports after every event, and come with financial updates, what we have coming in as well. And the financial team, as I'm speaking to you today, my fellow Liberians or fellow ULANers and the Liberian community at large in Norway, the financial team is working on something very significant. But we will disclose that in Tromso, and that will make every ULANers and Liberian proud that we have already been working.
Okay, thank you. We are on time. You took 1 minute of Lucia's time, but because she was not here. Okay, but Jeremy, will you just tell me what you want to tell me?
Yes, well, this is an announcement, and ULANers, I just want to tell you guys, all those who've been supporting our ideas, the Hebrew brothers, the movement, you know, we just want to tell you guys, we're grateful, we appreciate you. Every words, everything said on the platform was meant to challenge the leadership, the hierarchy, and bring them to, to be accountable for their actions. And it's nothing personal, it's all love. We all love you guys, our aunts, our uncle. And for the past few days, it's been a lot. So I want to take this opportunity to tell you that after this debate, I'm withdrawing myself as a candidate of presidential seat due to some personal stuff. And then my endorsement will come afterwards. But rest assured, we will be in the chat room to hold everyone accountable, and we're gonna stick up to our promise for the voices that haven't been heard for a very long time. Together, we all can make ULAN great.
Did I hear you say you're going to withdraw your candidacy? You're not going to run anymore?
I will withdraw my candidacy for president of ULAN due to some personal reasons, and we will come with our endorsement for the leader. We will something. Until then, we want to tell you guys thank you for the support. You guys help a lot. And moving forward, go out there with your heads up high. Be proud to be part of something great, ULAN, and do everything in your capacity to make ULAN a place that's gonna be for everybody, not just few people, everybody. And with us, we're gonna help you with that. Thank you so much.
Okay, thank you. That was the biggest news. If I was reporting about ULAN, that would be the headline. That one of the presidential candidates after our debate has just withdrawn from the race, giving a level ground to the other three candidates. But we sorry, gentlemen, that the other presidential candidate, Madam Maima Ellis Andrews, was not here. She has engagement, but she will be taking up her own activities with the Election Commission. I want to say 100% a big thank you to all ULANers, and especially to the candidates. It's not easy to step up, to take up on a task like this when you are among several people. So you are the brave guys, and politicians are always the bravest people. You can't be scary and be politician. So you take the bull by the horn. That's why you step up here to come and tell the people that we want to lead you, and this is what we can do for you. And I think the voters have understood you. They have, heard all of what you have to offer them. It's now left with them to go to the polls. And voters, as you go to the polls, we want you to vote your conscience, vote based on what you have heard, and let's make ULAN a great place once again. And I will take us home with this music. You guys can stay on when I close the show. We'll still be able to interact like this. So, but I'll take us home with this music. Originally it was by Zach and Chiba. Now Dave Botto has rebranded it, and it talks about unity. I love this music so much. Together we are stronger than being individuals. So this is how we let to go home on the show. This evening it was great being here with you guys. I enjoy every inch of it, and let's have fun on July 26th in Toronto.
Thank you, everybody. Enjoy your evening.
It's the time to come together. Keep Liberia safe forever. So open up your heart, let the unity begin. Love is all we need to make it stand. Let's cultivate one another. Learn to live together as brothers and sisters. Without togetherness, we won't have a peace of mind. Unify and have a peaceful. Sweet Liberia, land of liberty is our home. Keep it changing. This is the one and only home that we have. Sweet Liberia, this land of liberty is our home. Let us keep it changing.
To try
One and only home that we have. Oh, sweet.
Rich heritage and culture and grace. Liberia, you are the land we embrace.
You are welcome to the Bottom